What's up, everybody?
You always seem so crazy, Paul.
Welcome to another episode of my hip
What
hop
happened
review.
here, eh?
Continuing with the Wu second wave albums, I'm finally gonna review Cappadonna's The Pillage album, released in 1998 on Razor Sharp Records, which I believe is RZA's label. Yeah, basically, yeah, RZA's label and shit. So. Yeah, it's I've been anticipating this review for a while. For the Wu solo releases, I've already reviewed Method Man's To Cal 2000, RZA's Bobby Digital, and Olderly Bastards, Nigga Please. I was kind of really debating at one point if I should review this album, but you know with the at the time recent popularity of Cappadonna, especially in Only Built for Cuban Links and Iron Man, I was like, why not? You know, because by this point he stepped his game up at this point. But yeah, singles albums known for are, just give me 1 second, Slang, Editorial, Run, and Black Boy. Yeah. All right, so for those of you who don't know who Cappadonna is, he was basically one of the members of the Wu-Tang Clan. From what I looked up, he was you guys' mentor, and he was originally supposed to be in like the main nine, to say the least. But what ended up happening was he had to go to prison, and he was replaced in the group by Method Man. So can you imagine if Meth was an affiliate and Cappadonna was a main member? Just imagine that for a quick second. But anyway, so yeah, he got out of prison and shit, and yeah, he made his first appearance on Wax on Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Links. You know, with songs like Ice Cream, Ice Water, and you know his star was gotten like rise up. His star was rising up and shit like that, because you know, Only Built for Cuban Links was that album and shit like that. A lot of people call it the best Wu solo album of all time. And fast forward to next year, he jumped on. Um, he was on like a lot of Wu albums, like of course, Ghostface's Iron Man and shit like that. He was on, I believe, Kame and a couple other tracks too, which is my favorite Ghostface album. But at the same time, that's a hard decision to pick, because with either that one or Supreme Contel and a few other joints though. And he also, his breakthrough, for what many people would like to call his breakthrough, besides Only Built for Cuban Links, was his contributions to Wu-Tang Forever and shit, which is another classic album from the Wu, in my opinion. And so in 1998, you know, he released this album. Alright, so excuse me. So basically, The Pillage. Producers include RZA, True Master, Mathematics, Fourth Disciple, and Goldfingers. Guest appearances include Solomon Childs. Solomon Childs, you know, he's in the Wu affiliate, of course. And he dropped his first album, The Voice of the People, in '09. I definitely hear that joint. And so yeah, he was actually once part of the theater unit, which, you know, Ghostface's like side group and shit like that. So yeah, so he's been in some shit basically. You God, Method Man, Ghostface, Raekwon, Blue Raspberry, Rhyme Wrecker, who Rhyme Wrecker is another Wu affiliate that, excuse me, appeared on a few tracks, and whatnot with them. And Takitha, she was a Wu singer basically. She dropped this one dope song that I liked, Walking Through the Darkness, on the Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai soundtrack, which I potentially might do a review on that as well, so stay tuned on that. So yeah, very dope dope lineup right there. And so yeah, this is the album cover. You can tell like he's like stirring up some shit. You know he had the headband on and shit like that. And then you had like of course Cappadonna. Nothing really to it. Just got some pictures and shit. So yeah. Alright, so 16 tracks. But most of these songs, you know, it's basically talking about braggadocio, crime life, and whatnot. So he kind of fell into that, you know, same subject matter. But let's review this album, shall we? Track number 1, Slang Editorial. Pretty dope song. A nice way to start off the soul album. It definitely has that traditional Wu sound to it. True Master definitely produced this shit out of the song. I love the O.V. White sample that was brought out. Track number 2, Pillage, featuring Solomon Childs. That song was okay. Wasn't really too crazy about that song. Track number 3, Run. Very dope song. RZA did the beat for that. Basically, it's just a song where he's talking about, like, you know, running from the cops and shit like that. But the way like Cappadonna talks about it is like he's very descriptive about that shit. And I'm gonna read you some lines from this track, from the song too. Like, meet up at the roof, look off the front, play low. Watch out for the popo, that's how it goes. 3 in the whip. We not that legit though. Run for the gusto. Pete, Marcel, and Brown coming around to dip in the logo. Wonder if you ever got something on you, son. You best to run, be off the set. Jet bounce from the project, season up the Vic. Like, it's simple, but just the way he put his words together, I do fuck with. That's one thing I'll give to Cappadonna. Next song, The Blood on Blood War, featuring Solomon Childs again. The beat fucked that song up, in my opinion. I felt like the beat definitely did not fit it. It has more of an ODB nigga please vibe with it. But yeah, and RZA did the beat for that. So track number 5, Super Ninjas, featuring You God and Method Man. You God and Method Man definitely did their thing on this joint, especially You God. And it's crazy too because, you know, people always sleep on You God, but dude can actually spit though and shit. It's just that I come to appreciate that deep voice and shit like that he has. So yeah, very dope song right there, Super Ninjas. Excuse me right quick. Track number 6, Money MCF, which stands for Money Comes First. Very cool song. That beat is very dope too. Self-explanatory, you know, he's just talking about, you know, he's all about getting money and shit. Track number 7, Splish Splash. That was a braggadocio song. That was pretty alright. Track number 8, O'Donna featuring Ghostface. Mathematics produced that shit. This was a very cool song. I like this song. But it felt more of a Ghostface song because I think like Cappadonna only had 1 verse. And Ghost, you know, I think he had like 2 verses and shit. So yeah, and I definitely love the Richie Valens sample that they use on this shit. Track number 7, Milk the Cow, featuring Method Man. Very cool song. Kind of like an autobiographical song and shit like that. And believe it or not, this is the first song I've heard from Cappadonna and shit. There's actually an original version of this song from what I looked up that is renamed Another Riddle, and it features You God, not Method Man. And it's crazy too because like the music video for that song was released in 2011, excuse me. And what I got from Milk the Cow is just like living life and shit like that, taking life as it is and shit, basically. Track number 10, South of the Border. That song is alright. Track number 12, Check for a Nigga. That I like the beat True Master did, but I feel like it did not really fit the album in my opinion. Track number 12, Dart Throwing, featuring Raekwon and Method Man. Damn, Method Man made like 3 guest appearances on this so far. Yeah, that was a pretty straight song. Yeah, Cappadonna did his thing on that one too. Track number 13, Young Hearts featuring Blue Raspberry. Anytime Blue Raspberry is on the Wu track, it's always going to be something special because she just has that authentic soul, that street corner soul in her and shit like that. Young Hearts is basically Cappadonna reminiscing about this girl that broke his heart, yada 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 yada. Which is cool. He did his thing, but Blue Raspberry just took the song to another level. Track number 14, Everything is Everything, featuring Rhyme Rekka. My favorite song off this album. I love that beat, that Goldfingers beat and shit like that. That dun 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 dun. And like they were definitely, Cappadonna definitely did his thing on that. And I think what I got from Everything is basically just live life. It's like living life and shit like that, and just taking it as it comes, basically. And the last 2 tracks, Pump Your Fist and Black Boy, those were alright. I wasn't really too fond of those tracks. And that's all the time I have for this project. Overall, this is a pretty straight album. I'm not gonna lie. But there are a couple of things I want to note. For one, Cappadonna, I have really nothing against Cappadonna. I know I kind of cracked on him a couple times on the live streaming shows, but I have really nothing against him. I just don't really consider him to be like the strongest Wu lyricist, the strongest Wu affiliate, but at the same time, he does not have a consistent body of work as opposed to other Wu affiliates. And I hate to say it, but this is really the only album you should have from him, because the Yin and Yang was okay. He was trying to go commercial with that one. And then he dropped The Pillage. I didn't even know he dropped The Pillage 2 until I was reviewing this album. I was like, what? And I'm not even planning on hearing that. But another thing I want to note too, he definitely kind of had that same subject matter throughout the whole album. So that's why it was not really that much to talk about with his whole album. Like, you know, he's talking about street life. He's talking about he's being braggadocio and shit. So, yeah. What else about this album? There's like a couple of way too many. I feel like his guest appearances overshined him a bit too. Like You God, Meth, Ghost, even Solomon Childs at times and shit like that. And there was some songs I could say he was just kind of dragging himself, but on a side note, the production has that raw, basement, unfiltered feel to it. And I have to say that True Master definitely did his thing with this production, because I felt like this was some of his best beats he's ever put out in the boot camp. And also with this album too, what else? I forgot to mention, Cappadonna actually stands for Consider All Poor People Acceptable, Don't Oppress nor Neglect Anyone, which I kind of found pretty dope and shit. So yeah, this is a pretty straight album, you know. It's just for one, for Wu heads will love this album. Yeah, if you want to check out his future work, go right ahead, but don't expect another album as good as The Pillage, in my opinion. So yeah, The Pillage, Cappadonna, 1998. And that's all the time I have. Stay tuned for more. Peace.